join together honoring our royal family of King Kamehameha IV, Queen Emma, and their beloved son, the young Prince Albert, affectionately known as the Pride of Hawaii. We honor them now. Hula. Deep in the heart of our island lies its center, its piko, and we begin there appropriately at Kukaniloho. Home of the sacred birthing stones of this site were born some of our most important ali'i, our chiefs.
Kai hanau iona aliwe ia ohaba ni Hogu kaniloko alu kei kuno kula kala tua Kai hanau iona aliwe ia ohaba ni Kui kala na kina Wale ki kuile a iwe kipano kamari hini Apa amai kai kuki vai o ki hau anu kuwa Kui kala na kina Hale hale mai ana ke ala ke ala o male o anu Au 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 i ka vai kuai i kua vai komo he no ana alumi ka mai I ka na ki A mo i a ka kui he wa ana pua ka na i au puni Nana lula mai a po ni maka i Kui ka na ki A he pu vai kua me ka piho ole i malu hi ana ka la hui Hui pau ia mauna ai nana mai hawa te tāna i hau Noho o malo ia me ke kau Ni ke mamala hoa kana vai Haina ia mai ana ka puana no Kangi loku koku a tuika Hui ka mai kahi kui ka lana kira Hei noa no ka wawa Ka kui hea
The lands upon which our centers sit are known as Kalua o Kau, and was the area in Waikiki once belonging to our royal family and where they had one of their homes. Unfortunately, as a family, they would not be able to enjoy it together for long as our young prince tragically passed away at the tender age of just 4. Less than a year later, we would also suffer the loss of his father, the king, they say dying of a broken heart. It was truly a sad, sad time for all of Hawaii, but especially for that of our queen. But with the aloha, the love shown to her by her people, she was able to endure these terribly sad times.
Ma Coco. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, wale oe ka o o manu leo na he o ka uka. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, wale oe ka o o manu leo na he o ka uka. No ka ke ala I hi ka hiko I ka launa au. No ka ke
the upland, the fragrance of the sandalwood perfumes the leaves of the trees. Return to your home where you can find love. May love be your constant companion. This is our praise, and may all hear the name, Lani.
Haina kapuana ilo he ia o e malani no he inoa. Haina kapuana ilo he ia o e malani no he inoa. E ala, e ala, e ala, Hei noa no kalele o nā lani.
Long may the name of our Queen live on. Thank you, dears. To all of you this evening, aloha agahi. Welcome to Onalani Sunset Stories. Of course, the beautiful spirit of aloha. So with the help of his handsome beach boys, we'd like to wish all of you this evening a warm aloha, to which you respond. Oh, we can do better than that. These two girls right here are louder than the rest of you put together. Let's try this again, gang. Ready? 1, 2, 3, aloha!
Aloha!
There you go. The Duke and his beach boys love to enjoy the waters of Waikiki with our visitors and locals. Showing them surfing, taking them out on canoe rides, canoe surfing when the waves were large enough, and of course, always keeping them safe. And if you were lucky enough to have the Duke on duty that day, well, you were in for a treat. For, as our handsome beach boys are going to show in this hula, our Duke truly was larger than life.
Grand Father Neptune awards the golden medal. The crown you'll always bear, King of Spinners, famous of the sea. like a man. You think a moment he wore a feather garment. Oh, yeah, no, King Kamehameha conquered the island group. He simply conquered all the waters and became the king of swimmers. Conquered all the waters and became the king of swimmers. The pride of all the mighty, surfing on the mountain, appearing like the mountain. You can think a moment he wore a feather garment. Oh, yeah, no, oh, yeah, no,
Hey, the Duke, the king of our Hawaiian waters, and his handsome beach boys. Thank you, gentlemen. Well, it caught the eye of Hollywood. And once that happened, well, the rest became part of our hula history. Our lovely maidens returned to share with us some of our favorite numbers of that era. Dressed in Hollywood's famed cellophane skirt, enjoy as our stars shine. All the time in the tropical clime where they do the hula hula dance. I fell in love with this tropical dove while doing that funny dance. This little kid, well, she never did. I made a lovely boy, so I made up my mind. I dropped mine, the only girl I'll ever adore. Well, I love little hop hula hula girl with the candy kid a wriggle. Hula girl, she can surely make you giggle. Hula girl with, I'm gonna live on the good someday. I'm gonna mix with a hop hula girlie mine, girlie mine. All the time I'm dreaming of her, the hop hula hula girl. Oh, I wonder where my little hula girl has gone. She's no longer on the beach at Waikiki. I go to the beach and watch her she rode upon. As I looked around as far as I could see. Oh, she flew to the east and she flew to the west. But I'll get no rest till I find her back in my little fresh dress. Oh, I wonder where my little hula girl has gone. She's no longer on the beach at Waikiki. We should be together in a little hula heaven beside the silvery sea. So gay and free together in a little hula heaven under a cocoa tree. Days will be lazy and sweetly crazy. Skies will grow hazy apart. Then we'll be all alone together, just you and I, in little hula heaven, living a dream of love. Oh, well, I love a pretty little hop-hauling hula girl with a naughty little wiggle. Hula girl, she can surely make you giggle. Hula girl with all a little only goodness someday. I'm gonna mix little hop-hauling girlie mine, girlie mine. All the time I'm dreaming of her, hop-hauling hula girl. All the time I'm dreaming of her, hop-hauling hula girl. All the time I'm dreaming of her, hop-hauling hula girl. Oh yeah. Our stars of our hop-hauling hula era. You know, that really was a magical time back in the 1950s when our international marketplace first opened up its first iteration. Now, this is the second iteration of our marketplace, and it has changed in a lot of ways. It, of course, is very modern, but also much more accurate in its presentation of our Hawaiian culture. Now, why I say this is because our first marketplace, when it came about in the 1950s, was very pioneering. Because, you know, today we're accustomed to finding shopping centers, wherever we may go. One-stop locations where we can get everything we may want and or need. Well, you know, having that kind of compilation of shopping available to you was very new in the 1950s. For example, we look around, we could get, you know, fine leather goods, we could go and get a bathing suit if we forgot ours at home, go to ABC and pick up something for, you know, drinks, snacks, whatever, or be able to get whatever we want to dine in our wonderful selection of food. Well, that's what was at our original marketplace. It was a collection of different experiences, all tied together with a fun factor. Well, that fun factor was based off of something very popular popular in the 1950s, known as the Tiki Club culture. Now, because it was totally made up, it was people perceived the South Pacific to be like, we didn't have a lot of cultural accuracy in our first center. Now we do, and they've paid a lot of attention to telling the story of Hawaii and Waikiki. But back then, well, the way that they were able to keep the culture real and also accurate was through artisans that were invited to the center to come and represent different cultures of our Pacific peoples. Setting up shop, they would create the artistic items connected to their cultures. People could buy them, but more importantly, interact with our cultural artisans, finding out the significance of the items that they purchased and also more about the cultures and our peoples of the Pacific. Our marketplace became a center for international cultural exchange. Well, another great way of being able to sample the culture, the flavors, the place is through its food and arts. In Hawaii, we have something called a luau show. Now, this luau show would offer people opportunities to sample delicacies for our Pacific Island peoples, such as raw fish, also things like taro, kalo as we call it, that was cooked, and that could be called kalopa'a, or also pounded into a paste. I know that doesn't sound too tasty, but it is. We call it poi, and we love it. Or be able to sample the music and dance traditions of our Polynesian cousins, like this dance, the otea, from Tahiti, known as their festival drum dance. Enjoy. Yorana! Time in Waikiki's history of Polynesian pop culture gone home, and of course the Hapahaole tunes that became famed around the world. To return our focus back to our royal family, and especially our queen. Queen Emakalele o nā Lani nā Rook was born on January 2nd of 1836. Born to High Chief George Naea and High Chiefess Fanny Kekelo Kalani Young, both of her parents descended from the Kamehameha house of nobility. As it was a custom in her time, Emma was hanai, or adopted, by her mother's sister, High Chiefess Grace Young Rook, and husband, Dr. Thomas Rook. Emma grew up in her father's medical practice, assisting him, and it was work that would lay the foundation for an insight that she was able to gain later on in life to see the need for her people of access to modern Western medicines. With this need in her consciousness, she urged her husband, and together they went and gave of their personal land, monies, and times, being able to help start the Queen's Hospital, today known as the Queen's Medical Center of Hawaii, with its sole mission of providing free universal health care for their people. They gave through the Queen's Hospital the gift of Ola, or the gift of life, with medicines coming to help combat the effects of foreign diseases introduced to our native population, to which they had no natural historical defenses. Our gifting queen would ensure that Ola, or life, would be gifted to her people. But well aware of the personal loss of the early death of her son and husband, wanted to ensure that this gift would not be a flash in the pan, and therefore created a trust, and at the time that our queen passed away, all of her wealth, including her lands, such as these beneath our center, went into the trust with the sole mission of generating revenue. Rental income made off of lands such as these beneath our center to this day help to benefit our Queen's healthcare system and our Hawaiian people, continuing the gift of aloha shown to our people throughout the years by our royal family. We honor the legacy of these lands and also our royal family by taking this time to give this brief insight into their brief presence here in the long history that is that of Waikiki. Their imprint upon the history of Waikiki is one that is a part of a larger great story of life, Ola, in the abundance that was produced here historically. For many, Waikiki, over the last 100 years, has represented a place, a destination to come and vacation. And as it is part of Waikiki's living history, it is yet just a small portion, a portion that we can understand in a larger sense when we look again at the meaning of Waikiki's name, spurting waters. You see, the Hawaiian culture prior to the coming of the missionaries in 1820 existed in orality. Our culture and language did not have a system of writing. Therefore, all meaning, all important history, dates, events, people, genealogy, everything was encoded into the language and carried forward in time through the language. This is why we take the time to share the meaning of Waikiki's name, for that pronunciation is very important. You see, we go back to that word, vai, fresh water, all of it flowing here into this area. Our mahiai, our farmers of old, crafted this landscape into one of an agricultural complex of interconnected wetland pond fields known as lo'ikalo. In these were raised our taro, which grows in abundance when in free-flowing water. At one point, as far as the eye could see, this landscape was beautifully under the care and agriculture of our kalo, our taro. And so we'd like to honor this gift, this legacy of life, abundance, and the gift of aloha from our royal family with this lively number. Kaulana no o Emalani. Enjoy.
Wow.
especially that of Kamehameha the Great, the founding father of our unified island kingdom nation, to whom we are forever grateful.